switch in here. Look at Jurgen beating the YouTube notification. Showed right up. It's very impressive. And welcome, Kathleen. Kathleen, it's zoo time. Oh, what did I do? Apparently I have hotkeys on OBS. There we go. Kathleen, it's zoo time. Are you excited for some zoo time? No, you are. Alright, so this is my new Sandbox zoo. I used to stream quite a bit of Planet Zoo, and we haven't in a while. Just out here living my life, man. Zoo, it's been a minute. I don't know if we even did a Planet Zoo stream in 2024, to be honest. I don't think we did. So it's time to get back to it. I own all of the DLC packs. We're going to do a zoo here. My plan, the theme, we're going to do a suburban zoo. So I kind of role play this one a little bit. Where's my Z? Brings it up, right? Zoo overview. So there's just nothing in here yet. We haven't really done anything. The idea is we're going to build a zoo entirely of things you would find in the suburban Midwest. So, my place. Zoo for us. Oh, I'm no goddess. I'm a boss. I'll take a boss. But let's see here. Kind of want to try something with what I've done out here. So I actually killed the base, whatchamacallit, entrance, zoo entrance. So we're just kind of basic here. And the plan, hold on. Yeah, I like that better. So usually the zoo entrance is a building the game pre-built. I trashed that and built this building ahead of time. So this is going to be, this is where the entrance is. This kind of has a little bit of a city hall vibe. So the other thing I kind of want to do is I want to make all of the exhibits. Ah, there's Ray. Miss West Suburb. I want to make all of the exhibits look like we built the zoo around a suburb. So the idea is like I'm going to make all of the structures either look like houses or schools. So raccoons, skunks, deer, exactly. Now we're gonna have to cheat it a little bit because like there's certain animals like where I live. There's a lot of white-tailed deer. There's no white-tailed deer in this game, but there are European fallow deer, which are very, very similar. So we'll probably cheat it a little bit and use like these guys, that kind of thing. Like I think we have a lynx and not a bobcat. So we'll play with it a little bit. Like the only horse in the game is this fella, Przewalski's. I can never pronounce it. I was actually really excited when this got added because they were a very big game in Zoo Tycoon, or a very big animal in Zoo Tycoon. So it was fun that these guys got added. But like we might do a little like horse barn with these guys and just pretend that they're horses you can get in the U.S. No tiny dogs or golden retrievers. Well, what we do have, Kathleen, in a pack I now own, is a Palace's cat, which is not from the U.S., but we can pretend they're kitties. So like we're gonna try to keep with the theme, but we have a little bit of room to cheat for some fun stuff. So this is probably a little bit more ornate than a Midwest home, but the idea is you're gonna walk in at City Hall. So like we're gonna come in, and that was the reason why I did this is this won't matter even kind of. But something I thought that would be fun is this the shot size I want? Maybe this is better. But like we can really get into it here. So like drop this here. Just I try to remind myself what all these, dang it, controls do. I swear this is different. There's a new thing now where like if you click, it auto places things and it gets, oh, this is not even. That's okay. This is not the part that I'm going to spend 5 years on, so that's fine. But we're going to build like a little road here. Remembering all these hotkeys is going to work. I just think this would be funny. Yeah, that's going to take too long. We're going to this. Click, click, click. I know this isn't, we're not even on the animals yet. And I'm already getting into it. But yeah, so we're gonna have some fun. When I play Planet Zoo, I like to set a theme for the zoo. Otherwise, there's too many animals. There's too much to do. You can get really lost in it and overwhelmed. And I've had the thought of doing a suburban zoo for a while. So that's what we're gonna do here. Gosh darn it. See, that's the weird placement thing I was talking about. I haven't been able to figure out how to turn it off. And I also haven't been able to figure out if I might actually like it. If I got used to it. There you go. So the idea is we have a little road. I know that doesn't look perfect, but that's okay. This is something I can tweak later. Road. These are just the stalls for food shops. And then these are the entrances. Just nobody's walking in right now because we don't have any animals. Good almost not morning here. Welcome, Red 5 Mom. Are you familiar with the Planet Zoo? You're just in time. We got to pick our first animal exhibit. I wrote a little list I went through before trying to look at, like, what would I consider. So, like, forchers, we can do, there's a donkey, there's some deer, we just kind of got to cheat it. There's cattle and sheep, and, like, a lot of farm stuff we can do. I figured we could fudge meese. There's not a lot of meese in the area I live in. But I really want to start with, like, the raccoons and stuff. I feel like that's just such a big part of it. But I also think, we really need to start with staff buildings and the like. So, because if I don't have staff buildings, I'm not going to be able to get any of the animals. So we're going to go staff buildings, keeper hut. The keeper hut always makes me think of Weenie Hut from SpongeBob. I don't know why. You've seen me play before. Cool. I had a dream last night that you decided to have a fade haircut where your sides were shaved and you had the rest of your hair in a ponytail, and it looked good on you. I'm glad it don't look good on me. You've played Roller Coaster Tycoon with the Zoo DLC back in the day. Oh, I was a big Zoo Tycoon fan in my youth. Really did like it. So let's drop here. Where's wrong button? Where is free electricity? There. Okay, so we're gonna have a little keeper hut. I don't really use the quarantines, but the game yells at you if you don't have one. So we're gonna put a quarantine in. Vet surgeries are important, so we'll have one here. I'll rotate it this way or this way? This way. Staff rooms are important, and this is going to be a pretty bustling area, so we'll put a big one in. And then we need, I'm going to put a research center down, again, because otherwise the game's going to yell at me. I have research turned off, like we've done all of the research already. So it's not going to be critically important, but I just don't want to deal with what the game has to say. And then we'll have our trade center. Nope. That is another one of those. I need the trade center here. So we have those in. Now, before we come back to it, let's see if pathing works. We're going to pick staff path. Behind a grid. I don't know why this is misbehaving. We'll see what we can do. It's probably because it's a grid that it's misbehaving. That's the thing that makes the most sense. So that's nice. We'll take the grid off and then we'll, yep, there we go. Make our walkways into the actual places. There we go. So you guys probably want to actually see some animals before we get too fancy. So we'll do that next, and then I'll come through and pretty this up. Don't tolerate game yelling abuse, exactly. I guess if anyone's curious and wants to see my Sandbox settings, I have it set where animal welfare is turned on, which means I have to try to keep animal welfare up. Animals will die, will get sick, they will age and give birth, but I have aging turned down, so they'll age 2.5 times slower, which is just, I like having the life cycles of animals, but I find like the realistic ones in the game move so fast that I end up spending more time managing animal population. So I tend to change how long it takes. I found 2.5 is a really good medium of, you're still dealing with it and it's still there, but it doesn't take over what you're trying to do. I've enabled social groups, overcrowding, animal stress, all of this stuff. Basically means I have to pay attention to how I take care of the animals. And same with that. The only thing I ever turn off is the plant need, and I do that because, like, animals that like grassland tend to not like a lot of foliage in their habitats, but I like to line foliage around the fences and stuff. So, like, I'll keep an open area if that's what that animal likes, but if I use plants to decorate, then the animals, like, have too much foliage, and I don't think that's how it works in real zoos. So I've found this one to be more burdensome than realistic, so I tend to turn that one off and just honor system that I'm using the right kind of plants from the right region. I've enabled that they need shelter. This time around I've actually turned off food spoiling because that again becomes one of those things that I feel like I'm micromanaging more than I'm enjoying the game. I'll keep protesters on for now, but I tend to turn off inspections. Again, it's one of those just annoying things you have to deal with. But I'll keep all of this stuff on. Guest settings are all there. I lock maximum guests just to keep the computer from getting too grumpy. But I tend to turn off crime because, as I've said before, it just becomes something you have to micromanage. I've also, this time, decided to enable negative effect of facility buildings on guest happiness. The mechanic is stupid. Like, I get it. If my buildings looked like they do here, that would make people mad, but if I dress them up and put any kind of wall on them whatsoever, it shouldn't bother people. So I'm turning that one off this time. I've turned off economy, but I've left maintenance on. And I've not enabled research. We're going to play as if research is completely done. We're going to have a fully trained staff. So those are the settings that I have. I like to keep just enough on where I still have a challenge, but not to the point where you're kind of stunting what I'm trying to do. So this is where staff building is going to be. My other thought that I actually was going to experiment with was putting information booths before the guests go into the zoo. But I don't think that's going to work because these are the guest spawners here, this tile ground that I put down over it. I'm actually really proud of this building. I think it looks really cool. If you click on it, it's all one thing. If I were to move it away from where I have it, you'll see that I have pathing in and I actually put tile floor down. So I think that actually looks really cool. I was really happy with how that turned out. But if that's the case, I'm going to need an area here that is actually like guests can buy things. So this will be our first staff area. This is going to be like info booth and souvenirs and stuff right out in the front. That's just the best area, I always think, for some critters. One thing I'm kind of curious about, because we could do something really fun. It might actually be a lot of work off the top, and maybe we don't want to do that. But I don't think guests can enter. Oh, guests can interact. But I don't think they can enter. What does interact mean? Versus, like, I know, we're not going to build lemurs, but I know guests can go in there. I wonder if interact means they can go in the habitat. I wonder if they changed the wording in an update, and I just didn't realize that. Guests can enter habitat. Okay. Interesting. So let's start with North America. And just see what's on here. Red foxes are cool too. But see, like this pig is listed as North America, but it really isn't. It's actually in the UK. But I think it's just because you can have pigs in North America. We'll put in wolverines, but we'll have to make fun of them because wolverines suck. What do we want to start? What do we want to be the first thing? The American Standard Donkey. Goats would actually be kind of fun. I really kind of want to, like, okay, let's think about it this way. If this is City Hall, and we're going to build this up as, like, fancy houses because they're right next to City Hall, and we're going to make the, like, the info booths and stuff kind of like a fun park vibe. What animals would be right next to City Hall in a park, right? And that's where I'm kind of like, I think raccoons would be fun. The cooler animals that would have a lot of draw are like scary. Pronghorned antelope. Oh, never mind. I was getting those confused with a different animal. Yes, those are totally from North America. I guess we could open with a farm. That wouldn't be right next to. You could add, are there ponies? You could add little Sebastian. It could. I don't think there's ponies specifically. No, the only horse animal is the Przewalskis. And that's not coming up because they're not in North America. But we'll do the horses. Actually, they might be a really cool first exhibit. I think I'm overthinking this. I think I just need to settle into an idea. So if I go back here, go back to this, make the path, gosh darn you, make the path big, align it to a grid. We're gonna leave room for what will become where the booths are. So this is where the booths will go. And then this will be the next area. So I think we could put something like here and here. So I think we do a little, I just want to build a raccoon exhibit. Candles in the wind. I want to do raccoons, so we're going to do raccoons. Because they're kind of what I have thought of every time. So raccoons, up to 2 males, up to 3 females. So we could have 5 raccoons. And let's say that means 5 baby raccoons. So this is what we're looking at. They need a little bit of water. Okay, we can do that. They don't need that big of a habitat. So they're gonna live, raccoons are gonna live in like a little back alley. So typically, if you're playing zoo, and this is the way I would suggest you play if you're new, you would build a zoo barrier. So you would come in here and you would select brick, the stone, hedge, what have you. In the case of trash pandas, in the case of, it's so much worse. In the case of raccoons, it said you need non-climbable walls. That's important because they can climb certain materials. So you would start in here and you would like build a habitat made out of these walls or what have you. I like to build them differently. This is more, I wouldn't say advanced. I think that's a little bit too, I think that's overselling my skills at this a little bit too much. But I like to build things a little bit different. So we're going to do solid walls here because I don't want people just on the main path looking at the animals. And that's not for any particular reason other than it blocks traffic. So we're going to do this. Is this lining up right? It is. And so I'm gonna make like an apartment complex kind of vibe. And that's how we're gonna do this. So this will be like the apartment. And then this will be like the parking lot of the apartment. Oops, I don't want that that way. I want, oh, I built that wrong over there. We'll have to fix that. Hold on. See how, see this grid? The yellow grid there? I accidentally built these on the inside of this square, and I want them on the inside of this other square. For reasons, because when I build, it will make the walls be much smoother. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that there. Now, what I might do... That's actually kind of cute. Do I want to do that? The idea, this is the parking lot. I think what I want to do is that, and then this. I think that's kind of cute. So they kind of come in. Or maybe... No, because that just creates more space where they can't see the animals. That's not what I want. We're going to do this. I just kind of like this idea of they're little windows into where they are. But this, just making these parts not as tall, I think adds... it makes this feel a lot less closed in. And these are 2 meters, which the Zoopedia said that they needed at least 2 meter height. So I think that'll work. And that's kind of cute. Now, the next thing, before I spend too much time on this, I need to make sure this is right. So you can still build the walls out of any kind of material. And then you're going to use something called a null barrier. And a null barrier basically tells the game, consider this area the habitat. Like, basically pretend there is actually a fence there. We know there isn't, but like totally pretend there is. And that's how you're able to use either construction materials as barriers, like I'm doing now, or natural barriers like water if the animals can't swim. Or like mountain walls or something. Will it go all the way? Looks like it will. Just barely, but it will. Well, it will not go all the way this way. We'll just do half and half then, because I feel like that'll give me more freedom down the road if I need to make tweaks. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So now we've made the habitat. We're going to go into gates. And I'm going to pick this gate because this gate will actually kind of like hide inside of here really nicely. Just like that. And we'll put a door on there to kind of fake it, but physics aren't real in Planet Zoo, so people are actually going to be able to walk right in there. So now we've clicked on Habitat 1, and the internal spot is 4,000 square feet, which is actually going to be smaller than the game said we needed. If I have 5 and 5 babies all at once, they want about another 1,000 square feet than I created in there. And we're going to have even less room once that goes in. Now, I think I can actually cheat this because we're going to do this apartment complex look, right? So what we're going to do, I'm going to go into terrain. And I'm going to, it's called painting, even though you're just terraforming, but I guess terraforming is too sci-fi, so we'll call it painting. I'm going to paint the ground with the short grass. One thing I really like about this particular kind of grassland maps is it's actually really easy to tell when you have long or short grass because it's actually a completely different color. Sometimes they're both green and it makes it really hard to figure out which one you have going. But I'm just going to mow the lawn because then it doesn't look as gross. I'm going to go into construction. And we're going to do flat roofs and floors here. And we're going to pick something that looks like kind of a nice flooring. Stone is fine. That's not a bad option. That's not a bad option. This is not a bad option. Sandstone. Doesn't really match the brick though. The masonry isn't bad. Oh! Wood flooring. Look at that. Wood! Some lovely little wood paneling. So we're going to do two things here. We're going to do this. Now my worry is that this is actually going to count as... Why is it not... I want to build onto this. There we go. I'm a little bit worried that this is not going to let it count as ground. It's going to count as climbable space. Then the next thing I want to do is actually come around here and we're going to make like another floor. And that's going to give them more. Now that I think about it, I think this is what we're going to do. You're going to find that I change my mind a lot while I play this game. Trying to figure out what the frick I want to do. I don't think this is going to give me a whole other 1,000 square feet, is the thing. I think we should go one more over entirely. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to actually do tall pieces. So we're actually going to leave the house like that. So I'm not going to make the house bigger. In fact, I might keep doing what I was doing and make this house smaller. Because this is going to be obnoxious to make thematically correct. Versus this will actually look a lot better. And then we'll go in here and do brick wall. Like that. Visuals in this game are sometimes so weird. Yeah, I like that. So now what we need to do is get out of this edit mode. And go back into barriers and we need to fix this. No. Game. What the heck? It got a little grumpy there. Hold on. There we go. Do that, and then we're going to come over here and delete. And we're going to come over here. Can't draw that any further. So instead, we're going to come up to this and hit the plus button. Okay, there we go. Now, what is that telling us? Okay, now we made it up to 6,000 feet. So that's good. This is going to be what we do. this one into this. And in fact, this side we may replace with tall ones. I might end up changing my mind and make all of these tall. I haven't decided yet. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna type brick. We're gonna find our nice little classical brick here. Door, and then big old picture windows, like that. We're gonna come over here and move, and make this that height, I think. Yeah, I like that. Now what I'm gonna do is add some stuff in here. Not brick ones. Let's find some stuff. Let's actually, can we cheat this a little bit? Let's go to facilities. Can I put a bench inside? Like, are any of these benches that look kind of yeah, like the Indian bench totally looks couch-like. Will you let me put the, I think you make me put this on a path. You do. So I'm, whoa, no, that's not what I wanted. Stop. Okay. Oh, no. Bad game. Do what I'm asking, not what you think I'm asking. Gonna move. And I would like to move this down. Really? Those are my only options? Okay. So those are my only options. We're gonna have to go for it. So now we're gonna go back to paths. Something small. Let's see if I can get away with this. No, something all the way down. Thank you. Like if I just hide a path under here that no one's gonna see, and then go into facilities and grab this couch. Oh, yeah, see, but the problem is the floorboard, because the floorboard's up so high. What if I go back into this, delete these. It's the floorboards that are thick, but not the roof. And, like, we're the only ones that are gonna know. So what if I do wood, do the flat roof. See how much thinner that is? And then I go into facilities, and then I grab the couch. Oh, that actually looks legit. Okay. So that's how we're gonna get our little living room couch in here. No one has to know. Oh, that's cute. That doesn't really look indoorsy, but it kind of works. This also works. This is also very couch-like. What would kind of work in somebody's kitchen of these benches? Not the rustic one. This I would love to actually put outside. But again, we're gonna have to cheat the... Actually, we can totally do that. If I go paths and do the dirt path with no curb, and just kind of put that down like here. Then we can put this down in here, probably. Why won't it let me? Is it not enough room? Or is it like you've been cheating too much, you can't keep cheating? Oh, there we go! Cheating's happening. Oh, I love that. Okay. A little picnic area out here. But let's keep working on inside the house. Construction. Props. Let's see what we have that could look like things. This stuff we won't have to put pathing down. This is all stuff that you're just allowed to put places. like interior things. But there's some. Roof decor, probably nothing in here. Wall, structural props. I could make a bed. Let me see here. Oh, I'm dumb. I still have wood turned on, so I don't have near as... Okay. Hold on. It's like, I feel like I should have more props than I did. I do have more props than we had. This is way better. Okay. I can still make a bed. I'll probably still have to make the bed, but let me see what we have. Mugs. Put those on the kitchen table. Get that in. I think we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna come in here. Like that, and then new facilities. Pick something to be a kitchen table like this. And then we're gonna go into construction, souvenir props, and we're gonna put some mugs on the table. Because it's a table. We're getting too into the weeds already, but that's okay. And they can be doing a panda puzzle. That's a thing you do in a living room. Okay, now habitat, enrichment, climbable. We just need a way for them to get up. So I want different colors. I want colors that are gonna kind of vibe more. There we go, I like that. X again, X again, reorient the axis, X again. No, game. This new click to place thing is just driving me insane. Okay, they should be able to go up that, so that'll be like their stairs. I think that'll be kind of fun. And then we'll have like I'm gonna take these climbable platforms and make like, forgot I made that, that's really funny. I made something called a tire swing and it's just labeled for the children. We have to put this in here, right? I took the time to make it in another life. Although that tire is not for raccoons, but I don't think it's gonna make the raccoons upset that's in there. They're just going to ignore it. That's really effing funny that that's in there. And the for the children thing is WandaVision. If I go into construction and turn on only my blueprints. Isn't there like a button that turns on? Maybe not. I feel like I made other playground things. I just don't know if I saved my other playground. We could always open that zoo and save it. That's the thing I made for the butterfly barn. That's not made by me. Anyway. Oh, we can put some fruit on here too. Didn't even think of that. But there's like food and stuff, so we can have like a giant effing cupcake. We can, you know, potatoes. And a cauliflower. And a pumpkin. With the puzzle. Just don't think about it too hard, and it's fine. There's the watermelon. I knew it was around here somewhere. Do 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 do. So I think what I'm gonna do is go into habitat, go into beds and shelters, tag by raccoon. Any one of these should work for raccoons, but we're gonna do this anyway. Just for the sake of it. Oh, no, don't do that. This is what I was looking for, is these. We're just gonna put these climbable things up here. And these are gonna kind of like be their bed. We're gonna make them look like beds. We need a couple because we're gonna have quite a few raccoons in here. And then we're gonna go back into bedding. And we're just gonna put this here to make them happy. Now if I go into construction, if I do like pillow, there's no pillow. I think there's props though that we can have that would look like pillows. I think there's ways to cheat this. Either like the rope coils, maybe. Thinking, honestly, I bet the decorative prop eggs kind of could look like one. There was some of this stuff that I was like, oh yeah, like the sack's too big. Oh yeah, this is the stuff I was thinking, but it's just gigantic. Is the problem? But like this, quite literally, it's the align to surface button that's creating me grief. They look like big pillows, but they look like pillows. They come out under that. They don't. Okay, this is what we're gonna do then. These are gonna be the pillows. They're gonna be good enough. I think that's fun. So there's your little house. And then we're gonna go into roofs. And we're gonna do pitched roofs, and we're gonna find something that looks like a roof, basically. pieces, concrete, and we're gonna grab these. There we go. And then I need trim. Should be in roofs, trim. I don't know that that's the piece I'm gonna pick, but oop. See, I like this, but it doesn't snap onto anything. But I think it's really good looking. Same thing with this. I really like something that would snap because it's gonna make my life faster. Wrong button. There we go. And there we'll put probably like a little raccoon sign. Like a blanket looking thing in here somewhere. Like these, the hanging cloths kind of work that way, especially if you change the color on them. I guess maybe that's what I'll type in. I'll type in cloth, which is these. So we'll make the colors like exciting backyard colors like that. And here we're going to do chair. It's just like a little yard. It's a little yard, and because they're trash pandas, we have to have some trash bins. Wouldn't be trash pandas without trash bins. And we'll just do like the most real looking, like recycle bin, trash bin, like that. There we go. Now we will have to put in like one needs to be named Rocket. I can change the name of one of them to Rocket. We can absolutely do that. This is what I was looking for. Stuff like this. So this is where we need a line to the surface again. Oh, don't do that. That's fun. What is this? Oh, that's fun. Llamas doesn't really fit the theme, but it's fun. I like that one. Is this classic zoo frame? No. Oh, this is good too. Yeah, this kind of matches. So we're gonna do this. X. Just like that. To say a lot of the hotkeys out loud in case somebody's watching and they don't know about the hotkey. I like to think that it's helpful for someone, because like I watch a lot of, not that I really think anybody's watching me for ideas, but I watch a lot of Planet Zoo stuff and they do some amazing things and I wish I knew what buttons they were hitting. Okay, so parameter, and then we're gonna call this habitat raccoon apartment. That's kind of a fun little spot. We'll fill it in more. We'll get the animals in first. So we'll go into, well, actually, zoo, staff, hire a caretaker, hire a keeper, hire a mechanic, hire security just so it doesn't yell at me. We won't do a vendor right now because we'll add vendors. It wasn't actually adding anybody, was it? There we go. Edit it here. And mechanic. Okay. That's all we really need at the start. We're just kind of hanging because the game's on pause. So they're just like, what's up? Animal trading. Reset all filters. We can do porcupines too. Alright, raccoons. So we'll just take the 4 that are here. And then we'll come back and grab one more lucky lady. No path. Oh, game is completely correct. There is no path. Hold on. I never built a path over here. I shouldn't have doubted you, game. You're right. No, don't do that. Why do you got, game? Why do you gotta be like this? Why do you have to go out of your way to have the worst possible made path that ever existed? Like, you don't have to be like that if you don't want to, game. Okay, send to zoo. Yes, there is. There absolutely is. It's upset about something. Hold on. What are you upset about? They're in the trade center. And I've done, it's not this, because I've done this before. Unless, I guess, an update pushed it. The only other thing is, maybe because I put that in. Okay, yeah. It just didn't update because I had put them in while the window was up. Okay, we'll grab this lucky lady. Okay, now they'll run off and grab the animals. And we'll rename one rocket. And then once they're in, we'll start setting up the rest of it. They need water, don't they? Yep. They do. Okay. Before they get put in then. See, that's not gonna work. Don't edit group, I just want you to move this. Maybe it's not in the group. Okay. Actually, I think we could put the swimming here. So we'll move this back there. And what we'll do is we'll come in here and edit. We're gonna grab this, 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 this. And we're gonna move them over here. Just like that. And then what we'll do... is we'll move this over here. And since this is just more me being dumb anyway, we don't really need to go out of our way to keep this. Whoa! That went deep quickly. There we go. Flatten foundation. Just like that. Smooth. Sweet lord, is it because its intensity is up so high? Like, what is happening? Smooth it, it smooths like all the way up. Okay. Smooth, and we're gonna turn the intensity like way the F down. There we go. Okay. 500 feet water area. I feel like it didn't. I feel like they needed water, but like not that much. Wish this stayed. Yeah, that's good enough. They didn't. They needed some, just not a lot. So beautiful. Okay, now we can wait for them to come in. While we do, we're gonna change the water color. Probably to gross water. I mean, the water won't actually be gross. It'll just look gross. Okay. We have a raccoon. Is this one of our boys? No, it's one of our ladies. Okay. So she needs more climbing, but she has plenty of water and land. Need to... Woo, pardon me. Add more soil as well. We'll put soil over by where the water is. I think that makes a certain amount of sense. And we'll mix some soil in here. There we go. There are definitely trees they can climb, and that'll probably be how I make it happen. I'm just going to mix in some other stuff here so it looks kind of nice. There we go. Got a nice little vibe to it, I think. But yes, the climbing is because I have not put in any trees at all yet, which we will change now. You can also put some rocks in. So what I can do is in this water, take some tiny rocks like this, and like put the rocks down, and it'll make... God, I have these. Those are fun. I mean, lava doesn't really have much to do with raccoons, but like if you put these in the water, it just makes the water I mean, no one's gonna see it but us because we're the only ones looking at it bird's eye, but it makes it look really pretty. Makes it look a little bit more like reasonable, I think, if you put those down. Okay, so now we're gonna go into plants. We're gonna select filters. We're gonna do North American temperate, and look at the plants there. Making this, I'll talk anybody. You can get Planet Zoo real cheap now too, because it's been out for a while. They've stopped making DLC packs for it, so like, I'll tell anyone they need to get Planet Zoo. Thank you. Glad you were able to drop by. I'm assuming you're gonna go off and stream yourself. I hope you have a lovely day and a very successful stream, if that is indeed what you're doing. I really like sycamore maples. They're just big and pretty. Now we gotta be a little bit careful because they could get out. So we need to be a little bit cautious. So something like this though, big and tall, we can put like between here. It'll make the plant look a little, it'll make the building look a little cooler. The only problem is if they get on the roof. But I think we'll figure that out when we come to it. I love to put flowers in. I think it makes it all look a lot prettier. So we're going to put some flowers down. Really mess with all the people with allergies. These are the same color. Might be the same plant. I just didn't pay attention to what I picked. I love willows, but they might be a little bit big for the habitat I put in here. I think if we wanted to do not temperate, I could do... Yeah, the raccoons are like anything. So we can kind of pick some different plants here. And this will give me some nice bushes, which I think we'll add. So we can put like some bushes over here just to add a little bit of niceness. And then to figure out climbing area, we got to unpause the game and repause it. So we're doing better in climbing area. I would love to put something else in. Let's just check the willows. This one's actually kind of workable. Okay. We could get a willow in if I do this. That's exciting. A little goldenrod to really mess with people's allergies. Some corn. Call it maize because they're fancy. Military wallet. Welcome. How are you doing today? Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have somebody new in. I hope you are having a fantastic day. We're just in here zooming it up a little bit. Having a good old time. Do stuff like that. Okay. So now we'll let it recalculate. Somehow I have less climbing space, which is weird. I wonder if it's either because the other one got added or... Okay, we're gonna have to do some heat map stuff here now. So, animal, welfare, click on the animal, no, habitat, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, traversable area. Okay, they can't get out. That's the important thing right now. I think these trees were climbable until I put these bushes there. So let's take these bushes out, recalculate. What the frick was that sound? Okay, so that's very interesting. They can get up here, but they won't jump down. Oh no, they totally will. Look at that. That is so much escape area. Okay, so I had a feeling that's what was going to happen with these trees. Shows is animals. Yeah, animals is good. Let's... Now, I guess if it's anything that involves getting on that roof, I think we're going to have this problem. But let's see what I can do here. I did not anticipate them moving the tire with their gigantic raccoon strength, apparently. The more you know. Okay. Why can they apparently only get out here, and they can't get out here. That's what's weird to me. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to having these bushes in the trees so they can't get out. I think that's fine, and we'll just, if they need more climbable area, we'll figure it out. Want to add some animals to your zoo? What ones would you like me to add? We do have a specific theme going though, so we're gonna only add animals that add to the theme. I haven't looked in here. They can get up here, right? They can. Excellent. We're going for a Midwest suburban zoo. You know what this needs? It needs pallets. It's not pallets, cats. Pallets. I love this. So I think the idea is this is kind of a rundown area, you know? So I have a big old pallet pile back there. Okay, so what they don't have now is enrichment items. So we need the habitat, enrichment items. Actually, we need to put food and water in. Oh, you know what I need to do? We'll eventually need to put like a water cleaner in here. Let's start there. Utilities. Water treatment. Now, can I keep that? Okay. If I put it over here, I think it keeps it clean. Like, just barely, but I think it does. If I do it here, is it closer? No, it's further if I do there. So we definitely want more like here. We're gonna do that, and I think it'll work. Just kidding. What I want to do is, because these guys are all in a group, so I want it there. It'll still hit. Okay, cool. So now it's in that group. Excellent. Look at that. Okay, so enrichment. So that'll keep the water clean. But we can also put one of these in. And I like to add these like in their environment a lot of the time. Because I feel like they're just like a nice source of, if you don't want to be outside of your habitat, to get a drink of water. And then we need food bowls. Can I put the food bowl like up here? Like, will they be able to get to it? Because I think that would be kind of funny. And then we'll put one over here. Maybe like up there. I think that'll be fun. Okay, enrichment items. I need to click on one of y'all. Enrichment. Okay. Food enrichment. Now they can swim, so I think if we put the feeder bowl here, then it encourages them to come be by this. Small roller. Put that there. Okay, toys. Water jet rock. Is this fun? Go. So that's a toy. They have to have cardboard boxes, right? They're trash pandas. They can't not have cardboard boxes. And then they can have the small ball too. Reset enrichment. There we go. I did not think they could move that with their crazy raccoon strength. Now, people are probably going to actually start coming to the zoo because the animals are placed. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with the path. Just like this. Pronghorn? I might actually be able to put pronghorns in. Eventually, they are not counter to the theme of the zoo. But right now, we're going to finish up the raccoons. And once I get the raccoons good to go, we're actually going to put in, like, our zoo entrance and stuff. We're not going to go... I'm not going to do another animal just yet. Let me get this to not do that. There's supposed to be a hotkey that... Okay, I think what we'll do instead... Go up here... And... Come here, and we'll put that down. And then that way... I can come back and do this. And then that should not... completely warp everything. There we go. Okay. Nope, the food bowl and the slow feeder can't. Now, why can't they be reached? Habitat, staff traversable. Why? Why is everything not traversable for the staff? I think they just can't get in. Okay. Well, what if we... It is not this brick thing, because I've done this before, unless the game's mechanics have completely changed. Which is not impossible. But we can put it here, and then move these pallets and see what happens. Put a couple for the pronghorns. I might do a pronghorn eventually. Like I said, once I get this habitat done, we're going to work on other parts of the zoo instead of adding in another animal. But I might add pronghorns eventually. They are North American animals, so they would count towards the theme that I'm going for. There we go. This is what I'm trying to do. There we go. Now they can get in, so that won't be a problem. Apparently, pallets are not a problem. Okay, cool. How are you feeling? What is this social issue you have? Space? Ooh, okay. So you need more water, and you need more climbing. Climbing is easy enough. We can definitely do that. Water is going to be a little trickier. I wonder if I delete some of these rocks that I added, that would actually give me some water space back. No, it's not really changing the water space. Which is good, because it would be annoying if it did, actually. Okay, so what we're gonna do... Turn this way the frick down. Try to... The thing is, it's this pathing. The pathing that I put in for that, that's what's causing me grief. I have the water go a little bit more this way. We'll add some water. the water a little bit better. I wonder if I could just have more than one puddle. That might not be the worst idea. Because if I go to the heat map for water, yeah, the rest of it's in there. But I think what I might do is this way, grab this and move it. Terrain. Sculpting. See if we can just push water along here. Again, it's that pathing that I put in to be sneaky that's currently causing me grief. So without that, I'd have less grief. That. Rain, water. There we go. Let's see how this does for us. We're so much closer. It is wild to me how difficult this is being. Okay, so I think what we'll do then is we'll actually make a whole other spot. Like, can I push it down here at all? Or is it like completely locked in because of the pathing? I think it's like completely locked in. Like that. Little puddle like right there out in front. Okay. Now it's making it real tight for us with the terrain, but now we're there pretty handily with everything else. Now we gotta fix this climbing problem. The thing is, they can climb that, they can climb that. It's just I don't let them climb these, because then they'll get on the roof, which is a problem. So that means I need to go to habitat, climbable. I wonder if I just want to put some of these metal frames in. Be kind of fun. I haven't really done much with those before. But if we've stuck it like, I kind of want to take this and line it up with the pallets like that. I think that will create a little bit of space because then the pallets kind of become climbable. Without fundamentally changing anything. And then we can do this, like coming out of the pallets. Like that. Oh, we're so close. We're so close, guys. Big old track, so I could just put something along there. Let's see. Something like this should work. I feel like I could just put some of these branches down because it's, I mean, it's close. Like it's close. I wonder if I do this and then kind of climb up around the house, but that trimming should actually keep them from being able to get out. And then the other thing I could do is something like this. XX, spin it this way. So that way. Red? Yeah, red. That. And then we're gonna, what, green maybe? Red maybe? Oop. Do that. And then kinda take this. XX. Red. Come on. Like that. X. That. And that. That was a good time. There we go. Does that work? Yeah, makes me kind of like a little bridge. How you guys feeling about climbing now? Way better. We are almost there. You know what would be kind of funny is if I grabbed a log like this and made like a chain of logs across the trash bins. I think that'd be funny. Like that. And I'm also doing this largely because this is all stuff that's not going to take away a lot from the walking area. See, that's kind of funny. Oh, see, this isn't traversable, which is weird. Aren't these climbable? They are, but for some reason... I wonder if it's because they start in the water? Like, I wonder why this isn't working. If I put this branch in, and if I do this... We're so effing close. Of course, it's gonna change as soon as we get baby raccoon. Just don't understand. Okay, now that one's climbable. I don't get why this is not climbable. Also, apparently, this is not reachable. Okay, fine. We can move that. I don't get why. I don't get what's happening here. He's playing on the thing. Oh, the raccoons are about to mate, so we're getting happy over here. There we go. Yep, that got us there. God, We have the swimming space, the climbing space, and the traversable space. That's great. Great news. So the only thing they're not big on is the nutrition, and I suspect it's because for some reason this game defaults animal feed to quality 1, so we'll just make it quality 3, and we won't have that problem anymore. Let's find one of our boys. Noah? Noah is now going to be named Rocket. Go. Look at that. Now, why don't I have people in my zoo? Maybe it's not open? That's open. I have guest spawners. What is happening? I'm very curious why no one's in here. Oh, wait, those are zoo entrances. Maybe I never put in guest spawners. Hold on. I bet that's what I didn't do. Spawn point placed correctly. No, I have guest spawners. I have entrances. Why don't I have guests? That is so weird. It's not even like I wondered if I had these turned the wrong way, but I don't think so. One, because of the arrows. So weird here. Save zoo. Suburban 2. We'll keep 2 saves because I've really screwed something up. Now we're gonna load. Let's load a zoo. I know it's fine. Swamp Zoo is one we were streaming a ways back. Let's go to it and see what the entrance looks like and see what I'm doing wrong. I also wonder if just reloading the zoo will fix it. Okay. So let's find my entrance in this one. Or did I never get this one open either? Oh yeah, this is one. I have guess. So my entrance is somewhere. My entrance is here. So I have guest spawners. Yeah, and this is the direction they walk in. Interesting. Apparently this is glitched, but that's fine. Because I'm not really gonna stay here anyway. Okay, so it's set up right. Super weird. Maybe just reloading it will start guess. Or they just don't care enough about raccoons and start coming to the zoo. I don't know. No accessible entrances. Why? Is it because of this? We have guest sponsor and I have zoo entrances. That's what these are. Zoo entrance gate. Why are they not accessible? Here's the guest spawner. I'm so confused. Why does it say I have no accessible entrances. Let's do a little reading. Let's do a little research here. Delete all the paths near the zoo entrance and replace them? Let's try this. Move. First of all, let's just move this big old building. Does that fix it? To do this. Okay. Paths. Align to grid. Back here. And well, of course it's obstructed because that's in the way. Deselect grid. Okay, it's no longer saying unaccessible entrance. Back. Broadly where I had it. Why are you walking around out here and not going in the zoo? They're going in the zoo. They'll figure it out. These people will figure it out. Okay, so now we have people in the zoo. People are coming in the zoo. We have raccoons in the zoo. Living their best raccoon life. In the raccoon apartments. And trash panda terrace is probably what we'll call it. Alright, I've been sucking down this fluid sitting here. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And then we will keep this up. Okay, I am back and with a snack. So we're ready to keep on trucking here. Ugh. So, we have the raccoons in, which is exciting. Which means we need to put in some environmental stuff here. I think we could go in to construction. Item type raccoon. On the surface. Put that in and adjust it. Clearly, that's just not actually flat. There we go. I think that's kind of cute. Little raccoon picture. Education board. I want to set this up here. I do like this thing that I've made. Not really, it's a little too big. I'll just need to make a single version. I try not to use too many blueprints unless I've made the blueprint, and then I feel a little bit better about it. Do that. Do that. Then educational speaker. Educational speaker. Now what I need to know is there is power over here still. Excellent. That's great news. That means I don't have to put anything in. Other thing I kind of want to do though is a little ambience speaker. Let's see here. Oh, one. Ambience. Some raccoon information. Raccoon information. Animal talking point. I don't know what happened there, but that's fine. We're gonna call it raccoon talk. We're gonna assign species. Nature. Come over here. And put in some stuff. Oh, I do love these purple plants. I like these purple plants a lot. Raccoons are mating, which which is exciting. There's so much more we can do to make this pretty. I might come in and do some details later. Now, everyone and their mother's gonna be coming over here because there's nowhere else for them to go. I feel a strong need to leave it on pause right now because of that. I love the conservation bench. I overuse the conservation bench, but it was like my favorite bench option in the game. Yeah, the warp path won't let me do anything there. That's fine. Yes. Donation box. They're about like raccoon colors. One there. One there. There we go. Little raccoon spot. Fun little raccoon spot. I like it. Big fan. We'll pretty all this up over time. Okay. Now, stands and whatnot. Facilities. We need an information booth. I kind of like these, but yeah, I feel like we need to make like a mall-esque structure. Some ideas. What? Path? Palace tile's fun. So if you hold down control, it lets you make a path on your own, like that. So I think what I'm gonna do, go in facilities, pick some of these centers, like that, and just kind of place them so we can get started. We'll do some information booths, because I feel like those are always really important. And then we're gonna do some booths like Hat's Fantastic, Just a Memento. There's other ones. Oh, I can't see them. And then there's actually building the souvenir shop, which is pretty cool. Looney balloons. That's one of the ones I was looking for. They can exist as booths. That's kind of fun. Oh, I think what I'll actually do is put them back to back like that. I feel like there's another one, but I can't think of what it would be. We'll put a store in eventually. I'm not really what I want for the front. Cosmic Cow ice cream. Gulby slush. Chief beef. Just down the middle like that. And then we'll have restroom. But we're gonna take out these paths because I don't want them. gonna select this. Like that. Align to grid. Build a little walkway. Good. I did something wrong, so we're gonna start again. A lot with the pathing in this game, you just kind of have to do it until you get it right, which can be frustrating. Honestly, probably the best way to start this actually is to not do a grid, but to put one path down this way, and then do the grid this way. Yeah, that's going to be way more successful. Why it won't let me do that, though, is very strange to me. Do not get that. Because these are all on grids, so I don't know why that wouldn't work. But let's see, if I take it off the grid, can I make it do something not completely ugly? Probably not. Nope. I wonder why it's like this. Because it's on this grid. Okay, what if... Clearly I built this weird in ways that I don't comprehend. I think this is just going to give me the same problem in reverse. We're going to see if we have less of a problem with it this way. Huh. I don't know why these bathrooms are being so problematic. I wonder if I rotate it, if it will give me the same grief. I can do that. Let's go into paths, take those out. Line to grid. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to do, but it's going to make this work, and therefore this is what we're going to do. This game really, really does not like what I'm doing, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. Everything's in power, everything's in power. I think what we'll do to balance this out is over here, we'll put in the ATMs. That's fun. Now we can start building the building. For this part, I want something kind of sleek, modern looking. Australia wool is a good option. It's very mall-esque. I need something that won't completely clash with that, but also be more modern looking. Trees block wall? No. Concrete wall? No. 3D printed wall? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. This would work if... Oh, this is not the one where I can change the color. It must be the Australian one where you can change the color. Nope. I swear one of these you can change the color. 3D printed wall you can, but it's going to change one color. Brick you can. That's pretty good. It's a good meat in the middle blend. Let's try that. This grid's a little messed up. I don't know why, but I'm not particularly concerned about it. I'm just filling this all in so that it looks more, you know, I guess filled in. That one is in the wrong spot. Same with this one. Same with this one. There we go. Shop face. Love it. And then over here, does not look like there's Indonesian arches, which is too bad. Oh no, there is. Excellent. What's nice is it remembers the color pattern I pick area to area. I don't know why this is misbehaving, but okay. That's okay. Now we need a roof. I was gonna do a glass roof, except for that's gonna look gross. This is accidentally the same color. So I could do this. Did not do that on purpose, but I don't know. See, this whole grid's screwy. I don't know why. Okay, now it works. That's so weird. I did not do this on purpose. These are kind of the same colors. So we'll do that. Glass. And this is just a conceit of mine because then I can always see in. So I like to do glass roofs for that particular reason. trim. I press a lot, it just doesn't doesn't snap. I love the music in this game. There we go. Actually. Indo, not indie. There we go. Did the same thing here. It's a little wacky the closer you get. Raccoons are having offspring. Should have a restroom sign in here. Oh, this bathroom or restroom. Apparently it's neither. I know it's in here. I just don't know under what tab. Probably this one because of the information button. Toilet. Okay. Hey! How's it going, Kimber? Feel like you're on full. Oh, and I'm real quiet. Let me. One. I'm probably just not shouting as much as I usually am. But there, I turned my mic up a little bit. Is that better? I'm probably just not screaming. There we go. In for a little zoo fun. The theme I'm going for, I just started this one, is suburban animals. So I only have raccoons in so far. But what I got going is nice little road, fancy little zoo entrance, and then this is what we're working on now. This is like the opening stuff, like shops and food shops and stuff. And then obviously I haven't dressed this all up yet. I haven't done anything over here. This is our raccoons. Oh, we're just in time for the zoo talk. Actually, I need to check on them because we have baby raccoons. Baby raccoons. Andrew, you think I'm loud every day, so I don't know why that would be any different. That's just what you think. Baby raccoons! I knew you'd be excited. Look at that! Look at the baby raccoons! It's baby raccoons! Oh. So exciting. Are the raccoons still happy? Yeah, now that they have the babies in there, they are not. I don't have enough things. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. Okay. I wonder if... So we'll put this... I mean obstructed. It's not obstructed. Take that out. I wonder if this will give me some water space back if I do that. Probably not. I literally need 24 square feet of water. Somehow taking the rock out took away the amount of land I needed. This game gets real drunk sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's... The problem is I just barely made this exhibit too small. I bet there is high amounts of litter. I'll deal with that. I think what I might have to do is just expand it one more. I think if I just expand it one more over, we're going to solve all of my problems. Which, this is really ironic, because usually my problem is I make the habitats way too big. And I was actively trying to not have that problem. Boy, did I sure actively not have that problem. Yeah, it is the problem I have every time. And so I was like, I'm not going to overdo it this time. See, this is why you always overdo it, because you have problems if you don't. Okay. The real animals in this game are the heathen people that cannot figure out where to throw anything away. So, we've solved that problem for now. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. I think it's a concrete, yeah, just basic concrete. So we're gonna add that there. Boop. Just slap this down all the way across the line. And just literally even this much more space is gonna solve my issues. The real animals are the guests that we had along the way. Exactly. Gosh dang it. Do what I want to do, not what you think I want you to do. There we go. That, and then that, and then we're gonna delete, and the game's gonna panic. Delete, delete, delete. There we go. Now, out of curiosity, did I keep my... I did. Okay, so then, how far does the water treatment go? It's pretty far. So what we'll do is take this water out and just move this right along here so they can have more water through here. There we go. They're probably gonna box up because the game does that. Yep. Panic! The laws of physics were not followed. Okay. That is way better. Get rid of this nasty looking stuff. I hate the long grass in this game. It makes me so mad when I have animals that actually want long grass. I'm doing like a suburban theme. So I have raccoons. I'm gonna do like a farm area. Cause I got the Barnyard DLC recently, so it has like chickens, pigs, stuff like that. A horse area, so like I want to do like a farm zone, and then some of the other bigger ones. Basically, like the idea is like how I made this one look like kind of like a house or an apartment or something. Like put animals inside of like human looking spaces. one kind of gag I want to do. I'm not going to do it near the front, but at some point I'm going to make a sewer and put like one alligator in there for like the alligator in the sewer, and that'll probably be the only kind of like boring-esque animal that gets in. But I'll put foxes in. I might do the palace cat since it's like household cat size. I'll have deer. Just kind of like random stuff like that. I'll do skunks yet. Actually, I could in theory. Oh, I'm gonna do a Wolverine exhibit, but I'm gonna like probably call them the weasels or something like that instead of the Wolverines. And it'll be a very green and white habitat with Wolverines in it. I haven't played it either. I bought it just in this past Steam sale, and I haven't used them yet. I'm really excited to do it. But, like, I started with the raccoons only because when I thought of this theme, I was like, raccoons would be really fun. So, I've started there. Look, he's using the pipe. We did name one rocket, just for the fun of it. I do love the physics in the game. This is supposed to be a elephant tire that I use to just make like a weird tire swing. And the freaking raccoons keep moving this giant tire. And I call it shenanigans, but it's been kind of funny. Go. Get this looking pretty. And then need. I'm gonna put one of these in, but over here is where they won't actually get out if I put the tree. Okay, this whole line to surface thing needs to stop. There we go. There we go. Now they should be able to actually climb those trees, but not get out. I had to block them from climbing these trees because then they got on the roof and they could get out, which was a problem. Okay, everybody's happy again. But yeah, so they have a little pond area. Their food gets up on the picnic table. I cheated this, so this is actually a bench like the guests could use, and I cheated it by putting invisible path on here. So you could actually put it in the habitat, which was pretty fun. I did the same thing in here because this Indian bench kind of looks like a couch you'd have. And this would be like a dinner table, so I was kind of having fun with making furniture for the pseudo house. It's out of spite. It is out of spite. I'm pretty happy. So I have them in. I'm going to add in another animal, but I just was feeling sad seeing all of the shells. So I was going to put in at least a start. A lot of times when I stream zoo, I do like the big stuff on the stream, and then I fill in the fiddly bits off. Although, this might become a personal project, because I have other stuff I want to stream eventually, but I figured I'd go through and add shell on this. And then we could put in another animal of some kind. Let's see. Also, while you're both here, not to make Andrew check his email while he's off, because he shouldn't have to. But if he has checked his email, Andrew, I want you to know that we had all of the discussions and bet placings over exactly what you think we would be doing, if you've read him. Okay. What do I want to do here? Yes, we got raccoons. We were just showing off the raccoons. Raccoons! Baby raccoon. I'm trying to decide. Weird kitties, but basically weird kitties. You are not wrong. I almost feel like these things could look like that. Like I could almost use the same material here. What is this? Painted brick wall with 70, 70, 70 gray. Okay. You look so you can get your bets in. Also, don't stress about it because we have a plan if what we're all betting on happens. Okay. Painted. 70, 70, 70. Come on. Go in here. Ah! Do what I'm asking, not what you think I want. Okay. Speaking of, I finally feel comfortable to share one reason this week has been so rough is that Puff got a UTI. Oh no! Seems finally better today. Lots of cleaning the house today. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm glad she's finally feeling better. That is definitely sucky. I'm sorry. It's stressful because you don't want them to feel bad. It's stressful because you have to do all this extra stuff to take care of them. And you have to deal with the stress of that, with the feeling bad. It's a lot to process at the same time. I get it. Okay. Where are we at here? Here we go. Okay. And then I need this. Window. I like to make that one a window too. It's not really a good way to make those look not ugly. Man, March has really been like I feel like every month this year it's just like 2025 really just came out of the gate. And I feel like it's especially rough because I feel like it's not like 2024 ended strong either. It's just that constant sense of tired. Oh, I need to move that one. I'll come back to it. Honestly, it's like I really wanted to stream today because if I didn't stream today, I probably won't this week because I have plans this weekend. I have friends coming over. But I really didn't have it in me to like do anything. I was like, you know what? It's a zoo day. It is absolutely a zoo day. Okay. That all looks broadly fine. So now we just need some roofs. I want something that could kind of match that. It doesn't have to be exactly like it. Like even just something like this. Just something a little classy. The green's actually really nice. It's the classic like OG Planet Zoo look. Oh, this would look nice because then it's like a little bit more of a modern version of what it's next to. This month, I just saw I won a grand prize for the conference you went to. What is happening? It's just everywhere. Everything's back and forth this month, I tell ya. I mean, congratulations. You just never know what's gonna happen. I mean, I guess there's some... I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that or if I think it looks stupid. I mean, I guess this is what they're all gonna look like, because that's the theme I went for, but, like, I don't know if I like it or if it's dumb. I kind of like this zigzag here, that's funny. But we need to zigzag it this way. Get total whiplash. I think I picked the taller one. Oh well. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. Yeah, I definitely picked the taller one. Hold on. There, and like that. Because then it matches the opening. I want a different pattern then. And what's that? Yeah. Ah. We'll do 3D printed since Andrew's here. In his honor. There we go. That's not spectacular, but at least it's not like really obvious anymore. It'll let me kind of move on to the next fun thing, and I'll come back later and fill it in. What was I supposed to be? Just that when I think 3D printing, I think Andrew. Not anything else. Just 3D printing. Alright. What's the next one we want to put in? So we have raccoons here. What do we want to do? As he sticks his head into the printer to print more things. We all know. Do red foxes. Red foxes are pretty. Wow. Up to 13 males, up to 13 females. Okay, we're not gonna have that many. But we do, like, what if we do 4 sets? Yeah, they need about the same amount of space as the raccoons. A little bit more if I go all the way up to 8. But they don't need any climbing or water. So it'll be a little bit easier. So what kind of environment do we want to put in for the foxes? What was a fox kind of spot? I wish I had more like stuff like gas stations or like grocery stores. Grocery store would work. Because there's like a lot of food items and shelves. We could go for that vibe. Sorry, I put flavoring dust on this. Which, I'm eating popcorn. Which tastes amazing. Makes me want to hack while I'm on the stream though. It's worth it though. Alright, let's look at these dimensions. Let's do this a little smarter. Now we've done this once. I have one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with an indent for people to walk in. so 6 by 8. And then how much space did that end up giving me? Where's a raccoon? I need an adult because they have less space. Okay. That got me about 5,000. So 6 by 8 is going to be too small. You're not supposed to I'm not supposed to just snort the popcorn. That's what you think. Choking is good for you. Actually, according to Andrew, something you enjoy. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so let's do like a grocery store vibe. I think we'll use the 3D printing wall. I think that'll be good. Alright, it's fun having you two on here. Okay. Do I want that or do I want a slightly less? Or do we want to do... Oh, I don't hate that. Don't hate that. I feel like grocery stores always have like that kind of stupid too into the color scheme vibe. Okay. So, what did I say? 6 by 8 is off, so 6 by 9 would probably be really close, so maybe either 6 by 10 or 7 by 9. That's probably what I need to do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the vibe will go here. Is like this and like this, and you'll probably just like walk in. I'll do these little viewy things again. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Kind of walk in. You know, the supermarket vibe might actually be better for a habitat. I send people in. Because then, like, the doors could go into the exhibit, but I don't know. Oh, whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking how I want this to be styled. So, I'm thinking, leave this part more open, the two little legs. Then in here, make this the store part. Nope, the color, thank you. Actually, from here, the inside of this will do. Ugh. Need it to read my mind a little bit better. The same kind of thing here. Use this to make their, like, space. They can have, like, an interior shelter. I think okay. So what I'm gonna do now, floor. This is the same thing again, where it's kind of like locking it onto this grid, and I don't want it to. So what if I close out, come back in? Will it let me? Nope. Actually, don't mind it being a little brown too. We're going really Technicolor here. The amazing Technicolor supermarket. Okay. So we're gonna get cute. And get shelves. Which is usually, you use this for the gift shop stuff they added. But we're gonna use it to be gimmicky. Because I think that will be funny. I'm not gonna fill it in like crazy because I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, not that crazy. I'm hoping that when I just don't power this, I'll probably just be able to keep the shop closed. It'll probably be fine. Nope. That's not gonna work. Would be too easy. Make a little grocery store here. Just like that. Just like we did with the lunch table for the raccoons. There we go. What was it called? Rustic vegetable corn? Glad you know the corn is rustic. Those are not even close to being on the shelf. There we go. Is this rustic? Yep. Rustic leeks. A zoo that spells produce is crazy. It is really convenient. Like, do I want to go to the zoo or do I want to get my grocery shopping done? Plot twist. I can do it all. It's a wheat bundle. This is just such a random set of stuff. See if there's anything else that would kind of work that I've missed. I think we could do some of these too. I feel like I'm gonna need more of this to really, what the heck, sell the idea. But it's another case of I'm gonna get the concept down and I may come back later and work on it. These boxes feel very supermarket to me. One bushel of wheat, please. Bull in the China shop exhibit next. Yeah. I can put cows in here. I have the option. Ah, here we go. Oils and stuff. Some hay bales. Actually, I'm really surprised that they didn't have hay bales sooner. So I feel like that's a very obvious new thing to have. Eggs. I mean, we all know how expensive eggs are. What the frick is that sound effect for eggs? A giant ice cream cone now. Put the apples in already. And then I think we'll be alright because, like, the nature set, or the plant set has some other stuff in it that I'm going to grab. Oh no, I can see now where I've gone wrong. Hold on. You're going to make me select all these things individually because I'm going to get really upset because I did this to try to save time. The plot twist did not save myself time. I didn't even kind of save time. Okay. That one's not coming. I don't care anymore. Okay. Duplicate. Gosh dang it. Yep. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set this out here. Exit. Exit out. Enter group. It's trying to, well, I think I have to do it all over again. Hold on. It's trying to split it from the group, but now I've just wasted my time. I hope you guys really like watching me, like, click foliage. Because it's gonna be the most riveting part of your day, I'm certain. I don't know how it couldn't be the most riveting part of your day. The eggs aren't going with it. Okay. Split group from selection. Duplicate. It's gonna lack a few eggs, and that's okay. I mean, after all, who can afford eggs anyway? There we go. I mean, it's a little repetitive, but, like, who cares? It's so much chaos. with the selecting of groups. Oh, good. This is fun. Construction. Roof. Why did you leave? Why do you keep leaving every time I click on a roofing piece? It's like the game just really didn't, I guess it just really didn't want me to pick that roofing piece. For some reason. It was just like, no. You will not. Like, I guess who am I to argue? Feminist commentary. I'm glad it's entertaining. I really worry on these days. I'm like, oof. I'm not bringing a lot to the table. I'm just talking about how it looks when I, you know, place down a roof. Which cannot be that thrilling. You're gonna do this. Okay. I was about to scream, but it is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Zoo is one of these weird things where, like, in some ways, it is one of the most amazing build systems, like, in a game. And then there's other ways where it is drunk for reasons I will never comprehend. It's just like, when it gets right, it gets really right, and when it doesn't, it really doesn't. I've been really bummed out because they've pretty much announced that they're, like, done making DLC packs for Zoo, with the implication that they're, like, done supporting it, which is just such an end of an era. But it also makes me excited at the prospect of a Planet Zoo 2. Because I would love to see a Planet Zoo game where they, like, fix some of the physics of this game. And I just don't see them fixing the physics without having to really, I don't want to say start over. One, they're not that bad. And two, the frick. One, it's not that bad. Two, it's not like the next game would be completely different. But I think they'd be, like, there's so much with water and everything that a lot of us have really wanted to be able to do. Got done saying you weren't that bad, and now you're doing this. I don't know. I just think a ground up situation could really help. There we go. Fuck, it is so much better when it just does what I need it to do. And, like, I know a lot of people want birds. I do too. I think that would be awesome. I think a lot of people really want this to be a true, like, Zoo Tycoon spiritual successor and give us, like, marine, like, true marine life kind of habitats. And I wanted those things. I just didn't know how feasible they were in the game they had made. And I just think they could make something, not that they haven't already made something spectacular, but I think they could make something really spectacular once we get to, like, a 2.0, like a full 2.0. Okay. Let's see. It's a funny name. I'll just be like Foxmart for now. Get some foxes. Red fox. Then we're in sandbox mode, so we're just gonna grab everything. We'll start with these 4, and when we get the habitat good, we'll go from there. Now, out of curiosity, yeah, the water does not remotely fit over here, and they don't need the water, so that's fine. We'll just put like a drinking panel in. Oh, this guy is totally working here. Hold on. How do I close this shop? Let's see. Facilities. How do I close it? It's not any of these. Like, I know he's there, but how do I, like... I might just have to not have the counter, so it doesn't look like I can... Yeah, as long as nobody's working there, I think it's fine. Oh, some of the foxes are in. Okay. They are definitely not going to be happy, because I don't have everything in here. I know I have it set to raccoons still, but it's the same bedding for everybody, so this doesn't matter. And then we'll figure out the food dishes and everything here in a second. Alright, let's see what you think. You have more than enough room. Although that won't stay that way because we're going to get more of you in here. You want different terrain. I can't blame you. Oh, I see. You have too much. Short, not enough soil. Totally fixable. Stop. I'll add a little texture in here. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Stellar. So now they're pretty happy outside of enrichment. Okay. Wow, we've been going almost 3 hours. Did not notice. It's crazy how long it takes to do something in this game. And I feel like I'm rushing. Like, I feel like this is not anywhere near my best work because I'm going fast. And I just dumped a whole bunch of my drink all over my face. Which is great. Hold on. Ugh. I am a highly intelligent, well-coordinated individual. And that's what I am. Okay. I don't have a drinking problem. Alright. You guys need plants. Let's make you like a little thing here. Not that that makes a whole lot of sense for the grocery store vibe, but I just like it for myself. Just to give them something to sit on. Okay. So, North American, tundra, temperate, taiga. Let's see what that brings us. We don't have to worry about them climbing, which is nice. This is the other thing with the physics I wish it could do. I wish it could recognize that there's trees here. Please don't have them, like, go out of the fence. But at the same time, if physics was real in Planet Zoo, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things I like to do. So it is a bit of a, you know, pro-con situation. Bracken! Which is just a weird name for ferns. I wonder if it's like a British name for ferns or something. Or if it's a super normal name for ferns and I'm dumb. Spawn a bush on top of this guy's head. He'll be like, he'll unpause and go, oh my god, how did this get on my head? I'll be like, you'll never know. You'll never know. It's a mystery. This thing is super fun, but you need like a lot of space for it. Oh, I love the mossy rocks. I think they're fun too. I don't think they need help getting up in there, but we're gonna do this with the rocks just in case. Oh, you can't have foxes without foxgloves, right? What are they gonna do if their paws get cold? In. Ooh, sunflowers. Those are fun. I love that they added these to the game too. Like, there have been so many great additions. Yes, I know sunflowers all grow in a straight line. Shh, I'm not gonna fix it right now. I like to put really lush ground, even though again it doesn't make any sense with the supermarket vibe. It's probably not overtly a post-apocalyptic zoo, but like within the lore, you can imagine it might be. Because why else are there animals everywhere? There we go. Okay, where'd one of the foxes go? I covered them all up with plants. There we go. There's one of them. Okay, you would like enrichment. Wouldn't we all? Scrolling for a red fox. Okay, we'll start with food enrichment. Skittle feeder. Put that like up here on top of this. And the dog ball is always fun because it can play with it. Okay, toys. They need a lot of toys. Tennis balls. Always good. I feel like cardboard boxes are the other classic. Blood scent marker is good. Okay, and we made it there with the toys. Excellent. They might need... Actually, I should check on the raccoons, too, and see if the raccoons need more. Many guests think my tickets are underpriced. Well, I don't have any economy on, so it doesn't really matter. But if you... It'll just keep yelling at you unless you change it, so... Cool, these guys are pretty happy. So let's put in Deselect grid. All of these people are gonna be like, ugh. There's no good view of anything. And I'm gonna be like, you are all stupid. And I can't help you. A dangerous animal has escaped. Oh, I bet the foxes... Okay. I bet they can jump out the window. That's fun. We'll come back here in a moment. What if we did this? The screams. What if we just did one big long path then? Like this. That'll work. Okay, how'd you guys get out? Did you just jump through the window? Is that what happened? Oh, you're currently considered escaped, but you're right there. I'm so confused why you're considered escaped. Okay, the only thing I can think of is somewhere the barrier that I put in doesn't align with the walls. Or it just hopped through a window and hopped through a window again, which is also possible. Okay, let's click on a different one of you. How did you escape? I don't fully understand how the escaping happened. We'll just see if it happens again, I guess. Maybe it was a fluke. I want to get at least one more set of foxes. Watch this guy say I put a medium amount of work. He's not thinking anything yet. Okay. First of all, I think this is a slight overreaction to a fox. It's not gonna eat you. What is causing the escape? I don't understand. They're cute! I mean, like, you shouldn't go pet one. But, like... You're right. It is a very suburban reaction. You're right, Kathleen. Oh my god. It's like a dog, but it's not. What do I do? See, it thinks this one is escaped. Why? And it's the same one, and it's when it goes over here. Okay, Okay, new plan. I didn't want to do it this way on purpose. But we'll do this. And take that out. And see if that fixes the problem. I probably still have to, like, quote unquote recapture Isabella there. More people. And now that just lives there, apparently. Okay. That seems to have fixed it. I don't quite know what happened, but okay. That's probably one of those ones. Okay, you need more enrichment. It's a cat dog. People into existence is really funny. There's a lot in this game that is quite hilarious. Let's do the small bubbles machine. I didn't really want it to do whatever it just did there, but okay. Are we running again? Okay, they look like they're having a good time, though. Doing whatever this is. These other people are just like moving on. I don't know. I don't know what is happening. The important retention requires alert is still on the screen. There we go. Okay, let's try picking up this group of people. See if they calm down. Like, if I just pick you up, will you chill out? Okay, everybody's still running. Oh, look at that! Okay, yeah, the fox can get up there. Okay. Run, fox, run! Go, Xander! Go! Be free! Be free! Look at that trank gun. It's like a trank blow dart. That was incredible. Okay. We're gonna have to do something about this. Trying to think. There should be a couple of windows that are not on a grid that I can use. Let's see. This game is really freaked out. See, this is on a grid. I guess this is on a grid, but I should still be able to use it. I really like that sticking out, but that should solve the problem. Let them go on their little hurrah. Look at it, he's just chilling. He's like, you can catch me if you want. I'm out here having a good time. A little blow dart. I just think there's, again, there's a bit of an overreaction. Look at him go. Mimi? Mimi, you're so close. You're so close to getting out. It's like using a bazooka on one person. You guys gonna come get Mimi? Yeah, I'm sure Mimi has low welfare. She's kind of not in her habitat. Oh, look how cute they are. Cute. Don't pay any attention. Oh my god, he's playing with the box. I wonder why'd you play with the box. Oh, they're playing with the bubbles. Look at this. That is so adorable. Fruit of nut. Bad dog. Oh, he's taking a dump. We don't need to be here for that. Just doing inside for that. Again, I think all of you all really overreacted on the whole dangerous animal thing. Like, that was a little much. Let's be honest. Waiting for somebody to be like, I have a medium good view of the wreck. Yeah, I'm ready to pee everywhere Tuesday. Must pee on things. That was pretty cute. Can't lie. She's not allowed in your room for a while. Fair. I think that's fair. Fox talk, and right now I only have one person, so we need to make these not... Oh, you can throw food? That's interesting. That's cool, but I don't know how. We'll separate this by a few months from March, that way the person I have can do... Why won't you... Weird, okay. You guys looking at foxes? Look, there's no foxes there, so if you tell me you don't have a good view of the fox, I'm gonna be really mad. You are enjoying this view of the fox. Good! Because I'd be upset. Pretty good start. We got some facilities down. We got some staff facilities down. We got 2 habitats. Alright. I think I'm actually going to call stream here. We've been going 3 hours. And I'm like really kind of beat. And I don't know that I can really keep up the whole talking thing. So I think I'm going to call it here. Tomorrow and Sunday, probably not. Definitely not Monday. By then we'll be into April. So the next time I stream, I'll either still be feeling kind of chill and we'll come back to the zoo, or very soon in April we will be starting Starfield, which I'm very excited about. But I appreciate you all being here. It was really fun to get a zoo stream in again. And we'll talk to you all later. Bye!